Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan, and once again here I am with IELTS reading videos. Many of you requested me on WhatsApp that I should make some more videos on IELTS reading, especially on general training reading. So here I am and I'm making this video on your demand. And by the way, nowadays I'm making most of my videos on your demand. So that's why you can demand anything from me about IELTS obviously, and then I'll try to make a video on that. Now we are going to do one complete test, and while doing this test I'll give you my tips, my tricks, my techniques, and we'll see what is the mechanism and all that. The question type which we are going to discuss today is write the correct letter A to F in boxes 1 to 7 on your answer sheet. What you actually need to do, look at the 6 visitor attractions in southern England A to F. On the previous page we have that. For which visitor attraction are the following statements true? So you have to match the statements with the paragraph. This is the question type, and now we do this test. Let's go to the book and there we solve this test together. See ya! Okay, now we are going to start with this visitor attractions in southern England. We have all the paragraphs, and the question type here is look at 6 visitor attractions in southern England A to F. For which visitor attraction are the following statements true? Now these statements are true for which visitor attraction, and visitor attractions are given in the paragraphs, and the paragraphs are labeled A to F. Write the correct letter A to F. Now here you don't need to read the questions first, because if you read the questions you're just confusing yourself. It's going to take too much time to read one question, then scan, read another question, then scan. Instead of that, we will start with the passage. Now let's see A. Blackthorn Castle. This famous historically accurate reconstructed castle. Now important thing, historically accurate reconstructed castle. So this is something important. Historically accurate reconstructed castle and village enables visitors to travel back in time. Okay. Explore the grounds and experience the atmosphere of an ancient lifestyle. Okay. In the fields you can see the types of sheep. Okay. Types of sheep that the original inhabitants of the castle probably kept. Original inhabitants. Homemade snacks are on sale. Now we'll keep in mind historically accurate, reconstructed castle, travel back in time, ancient lifestyle, type of sheep, regional inhabitants, and homemade snacks are available. Let's see. Question number 1. Visitors can look at animals from another part of the world. They talked about sheep, but they didn't say they are from another part of the world. If it's only visitors can look at animals, then it is for A. But actually they said from another part of the world, so it's not right. People can hold a business conference, not at all. And remember, you need to decide which option you need to read completely and which option you need to read up to the middle and all that. Visitors can find out toys. No, they didn't talk about toys. Activities are available all year round here. No. You can buy light meals. Yes, why not? Light meals, because there they have used the word homemade snacks are on sale. So in front of question number 5, we will write A. Now let's go on. Visitors can see how food was prepared in the past. No. You can visit modern imitations of old buildings. Yes, modern imitations of old buildings, and for this they have used the word historically accurate reconstructed castle. Now this reconstructed castle is modern imitation, and historically accurate means it's an old building, and they have this thing. So for A we have 2 options. One is 5 and one is 7. Okay, that's clear. Now see, now we are familiar with all these questions as well, so we have to keep questions in mind. When we go back to the passage, we have to keep the questions in mind as well. Anyways, let's go back to the next paragraph. Here it says Whitney Wetland Center. Visitors will enjoy a visit to Whitney whatever the season. Whatever the season means, whether it is winter, summer, spring, autumn. And now I remember because I had retained one option, and that option is here. Activities are available all year round. Now see the link between all year round and whatever the season. Activities are available all year round or whatever the season. So that's why here we are going to write B. So if you retain the questions, if you have questions in mind, then it will shorten the time to find the answer. Anyways, let's go back. Visitors will enjoy a visit to Whitney whatever the season. In winter, for example, they can watch from the centrally heated observatory as thousands of swans, now swan is a bird, feed on the water. Okay, that's right. Trained wardens give informative talks. Now we didn't read anything about trained wardens. Or lead guided walks round the site. Okay, now I have questions in mind. The visitors center may also be hired for private corporate events. Private corporate events, and there was a word like conference. Private corporate events. So let's just go back and see if there is anything. Visitors can look at animals. No, people can hold a business conference. Now see the link between business conference and private corporate event. So this business conference is there. That's why we are going to select paragraph B for this as well. Clear? Okay, now let's go on. We've got this Headley Hall, and Headley Hall is a large 17th century country house. It's a large 17th century country house. Now I'm familiar with the options, that's why I know what to look for. Preserved as it was when it was built. Take time to admire the various works of art. Okay, displayed and visit the huge kitchen. We read somewhere about cooking. Huge kitchen complete with period equipment. Now kitchen complete with period equipment. Demonstrations are given. Now they're talking about kitchen. Demonstrations mean the cooking demonstration. Demonstrations are given at weekends. Now this is what we need to keep in mind. In the park there is a space for the younger visitors to run around, okay, and picnic tables are available. Let's see if there is anything about kitchen and all that. Visitors can look at, no, this is selected. Visitors can find out what toys, no. Visitors can see how food was prepared in the past, exactly. So for number 6, paragraph C is the right answer. Clear? Now we are left with 1 and 2. There are 2 options which are left, so we got to see. And what 2 options are there? Visitors can find out what toys, okay, and visitors can look at animals from another part of the world. Okay, let's go on. Next is Lewis House. Lewis House is the birthplace of Frank Lewis, a renowned painter of the 18th century. More of his works are on display here than anywhere else in the world. Visitors can see Lewis' studio and some of the articles he used on a daily basis. Honestly speaking, there isn't anything. Visitors can look at animals. They didn't talk about animals here. And then visitors can find out what toys were used. They didn't talk about toys at all, so we cannot select any of these options. It means this is empty. There is nothing. Next is Canford Wildlife Center. At Canford, we have a new walkthrough exhibit called Island Magic. Okay, here visitors can observe many species from the tropical island of Madagascar. Many species. Now remember, birds and animals, they have species from the tropical island of Madagascar. Now there is one heading. I'm gonna tell you about that. Visitors can look at animals. For animals, they've used the word species from another part of the world. For another part of the world, they have used the word tropical island of Madagascar, right? So paragraph E is going to be the right answer here. Right, now we are left with one option. Visitors can find out what toys were used in the last century. Okay. Yeah. So It's Oakwell Museum. This is an ideal venue for families, okay. They can visit the childhood gallery with its large playroom and listen to stories told by actors dressed in the costumes of 100 years ago. Alright, they can also enjoy the popular game and wooden animals. Now see, they use the word toys. For toys they use the word wooden animal. So wooden animal is basically a toy. What option is left? This one. Visitors can find out what toys were used in the last century. What toys were used in the last century. And you can see here they can also enjoy the popular games and wooden animals of that period. That period means that last century. So wooden animals means toys. That's why we are going to select option number F for this 3. See that? So this is how we have to do it, and I gave you all the tips and I just told you how to do that. So how was that? Fantastic? Good. I gave you all the tips and this is how you got to do. And let me tell you one thing. In general training reading section 1, it's quite easier. So section 1 and section 2, if you're targeting 8777, try to get very good try to get as many correct answers as possible in section 1 and section 2. Then in section 3 there can be some mistakes. So when you are preparing, focus on section 1 and section 2, and there should not be any mistake in section 1. There can be one mistake in section 2, but section 1 is the easiest one. That's why you should get full marks here. That's all. If you like this video, hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. I also teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, you can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best and a fantastic bench score in IELTS reading. Take good care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.